Hi, in this video I'm going to briefly introduce basics of certain theoretical perspectives in sociology. In this regard, I'm going to provide you brief information about main theoretical approaches and their development in the disciplines of sociology with the purpose of gaining you a familiarity about their differences and weaknesses as well as strengths. Sociology, as a discipline of scientific inquiry that primarily investigates society, has been developing since 18th century. In spite of the fact that sociology has significantly evolved since it first appeared at 18th century, we still appeal to certain theoretical frameworks that were initially proposed by its classical figures. In addition to this, we also frequently refer to some early scholars who enormously contributed to the emergence of sociology as a discipline of social science. The scholars can be noted as early figures of sociological thinking. Among these, we can stress Saint-Simon, Auguste Comte, and Herbert Spencer. The most significant contributions of Saint-Simon to the development of sociology is his emphasis on what we name today as industrial society. Comte approached to the society from an evolutionist and positivist framework and used the term sociology first time in the history. Broadly speaking, positivism is an approach suggesting that the social and the physical world can be examined through observation and experiment. In addition to Saint-Simon and Comte, we should also put an emphasis on Herbert Spencer, who is also counted as one of the earliest sociologists. Spencer was also an evolutionist who borrowed Darwin's perspective, known as the survival of the fittest, and applied it so as to explain various issues in society. Similar to Darwin's ideas, Herbert Spencer also emphasized that the strong ones survive and the weak ones die in society. Among the classical figures of sociology, we can count Karl Marx, Emil Durkheim, and Max Weber, who are also considered as founding fathers of the discipline of sociology. Karl Marx, to understand society and social relations, developed a perspective that we call today as historical materialism. This perspective has still an enormous influence on quite a number of research. Briefly saying, through his historical materialist perspective, Marx emphasized the significance of economic factors, in other words, substructure, rather than thoughts, values, culture, and norms. According to him, social relations of productions have critical roles in understanding historical development. Although Marx was interested in various types of production that had been used throughout history, he specifically focused on critical analysis of capitalism. Just like in all classed societies, capitalism also has a dominant class called bourgeois, who own production means, and a class deprived of production of means, who called proletariat or working class. Differently from Marx, Durkheim approached society from a functionalist perspective. According to Durkheim, society is similar to a biological organism consisting of components having different functions to form a unity. From a methodological point of view, Durkheim argues that social facts have realities just like physical objects in terms of having a constraining power that are independent from individuals. Therefore, they should be dealt with just like objects or things. In this regard, we can say that Durkheim adopted a positivist method, like Comte, who adopted scientific methods in examining social life. Durkheim proposed various classical terms that appeared through his works on society and social transformation, such as mechanic and organic solidarity, anomie, and suicide. German philosopher Max Weber is also considered as a classical figure of sociology. Weber was influenced by various ideas of German philosophers who were critical about positivism that was considered anti-humanist since it approached society as an object. Weber adopted a sociological approach that was critical about positivism in many ways. Weber, unlike positivists, also placed social action into the center of his sociological analysis and approached issues from an interactionist perspective. According to Weber, sociologists need to interpret the meaning attributed by individuals to actions before they start to account for social action. He also emphasized authority and organizations type in his explanations of social formation. These are known as traditional authority, charismatic authority, and rational legal authority. Apart from these classical approaches and their modern interpretations in sociology, we can also point out symbolic interactionism, ethnomethodology, and phenomenology as one of the other comprehensive theoretical perspectives in sociology. Symbolic interactionism is a sociological approach closely related to social psychology in American sociology. According to symbolic interactionism, society is the product of individual symbolic interactions. Symbolic interactionism, just like Weber's approach, also emphasized the importance of social action, social interaction, and interpretation in sociology. However, different from Weber's sociology, symbolic interactionism is a micro-oriented approach that deals with everyday life. In modern sociological theories, there are many significant approaches that are influenced by symbolic interactionism and share many common features with this approach. Among these approaches, we can also point out sociological phenomenology that examines the reality of everyday life, and ethnomethodology that deals with the empirical examinations of reality created during everyday interaction of social actors. We should also point out postmodernist and feminist approach as major theoretical perspectives in sociology. According to feminist approach, all approaches to sociology so far have been developed by men, and the problem of women as well as gender has been largely neglected to a great extent. Unlike all other approaches, feminist theories focus on gender inequality, which they see as the most important and oldest form of inequality. Feminist theories try to analyze inequalities by using concepts such as gender and patriarchy. Postmodernism is also a critical approach to other classical and modern approaches. Postmodernism has developed as an opposition to modernism. Postmodernism can be defined as an approach rejecting the ideas of modernity such as reason, rationalization, and progress. Postmodern theories argue that social reality cannot be analyzed by sociological approaches emerging in modern era, and that social life cannot be improved through rational ways of thinking. Thank you for watching.